Hi, I'm Jessica Zitterson from GamePron News. I'm here with Tony from Overbyte, and we've been talking about the state of the Australian games industry. With the recent massive closures of Chrome and slashing and burning, allegedly, does this mean, does this spell doom for the state of the Australian games industry?
The big studios within Australia have been closing for a long time. Ratbag folding in 2005, pandemic recently, we've had Perception, we've had all sorts of companies folding. But from the carcasses of these giants rise awesome young companies that are doing some fantastic things. This year, I've never seen so many young studios start up with really experienced people with the talent and the know-how to actually make their own games. I'm constantly in awe of these sometimes kids. They all feel like kids to me now. With teams of 2, 3, even up to half a dozen or 10 people, starting to do their own thing. And these big companies have put them in a position to be able to do that. They've given them the experience, allowed them to try things out, and in some cases given them severance pay to allow them to afford to try it for a while. And I'm really pleasantly surprised and quite happy at the way things are going in some ways. I mean, I also think that the industry worldwide is changing. It is very risky to have a studio which has 120 people that's running on a single project that costs $10, $15, $20 million, that takes 2 years to write, it's tied into a movie. It's a big risk to make, and publishers are adverse to risk, especially with the current financial climate, which is not going to change that soon. So small companies doing agile stuff, interesting stuff. iPhone is a fantastic platform to kick off from. PSN, Xbox Live Arcade, PC, indie stuff, Facebook. So many options. It's almost back to the old bedroom coding days, where a couple of guys with a bit of talent, a bit of passion could sit down and do their own thing. And you can almost do that these days. If you can market, of course.
If you can market it. And that's the thing. There are so many companies, there are so many little businesses here that, I write games and people haven't heard of them. So is that now the biggest hurdle that we have to try and work out how to get this out there?
Talking to a lot of the little studios, they have the programming ability, they have the art, they have the design, they've got the passion, they've got their mum's basement, but they don't know how to get the word out. They don't know how to market themselves. And the larger studios here in Australia are actually learning that. I mean, Half-Brick is a classic example. I mean, they just haven't come from nowhere. They're 10 years or so, and they're also keen to help these young studios, which is fantastic to see. They're all very approachable, and that experience and knowledge about marketing needs to be spread to these smaller teams, and it'll help them.
So, do you have any advice for someone who might be thinking about getting into games development?
Do it before you have a mortgage and kids and all these other things, because it gets so much harder if you have to start supporting. You need to have a constant income. If you can do it while you're young, have the balls to do it as well. Then just do it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.